Real recognize real, and it only gets realer from here. Now, in today's topic, we'll be discussing the power of awareness for Pisces. Because once you see this, you can't unsee it. But first, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Pisceans out there. Gang, you already know. We in the building. Also want to give a shout out to all my 2-2s and my 3-3s and my 2-2-2s and my 3-3-3s and my 7-7-7s, and shout out to any other angelical numerical numbers that I may have forgot to mention. I also want to thank everybody for coming out to support the channel. Thank you, and those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell notification to be notified of my upcoming videos and content. And we're gonna jump right in. So yeah, you guys, we're gonna talk about the awareness, how important it is. Okay, so when it comes to us Pisces, yes, we are unstoppable once we are self-aware. What's going on, Misty? How you doing? I'm doing all right. I feel like I'm a little late because like I normally get on around 10, but I had to work today, and plus I got off late because I started late. I only worked like 4 hours. What's going on, Ronnie Boo? Welcome. Yeah, I was running a little late, so I still was like, gotta keep my word though. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this Pisces awareness, because it's very, very dangerous. Okay, now it's like once you master it though, now we're gonna talk about it. So as you guys know, us Pisces, we are powerful unconsciously. So if we become aware of a situation or situations, that's even better, see, because now it's nothing that could sneak up on us. There's no way for us to drain our energy. And hey, at the same time, it's a big difference with the awareness between like when you start to feel drained in a situation versus protected, or being manipulated by someone, versus sovereign, or just the whole, you absorbing energy or directing it. What's going on? Said St. Jude oil today. Thanks for coming on. I'm a night owl anyway. Oh, I appreciate that. Glad y'all, still here with me. Yeah, I was like, man, I'm sore. I'm like super sore because I've been in my car like for work all day. Like, except when I went into the grocery store to do the Instacart. But I was like, dang, then I did the diet thing today. And that was a mess, because like when you change your diet, it's hard. It's hard at first. Well, you got to adjust to like, protein and all that type of stuff. So just sitting in the car is just, ain't gonna lie, my legs just they're not as used to it as I used to, as they used to be when I used to do Lyft and Uber. Like I used to be on the road for like 8 to 10 hour shifts, sitting in my car for the whole time, the whole ride, 8 hours, 10 hours. But I had to stop doing that because it just got to be like, the dynamics to doing Lyft and Uber, like I say, after I got shot at, I just didn't see no more. I didn't want to do it no more, because it was like, to this day, I still don't know who shot at me. So just doing a risky job like that kind of seems like I ain't even want to take the chance. Yeah, that's the thing. Well, see, like right now, it's like, it's just my legs, like my thigh, like my upper thigh kind of aches when I just be sitting in the car. But like, it's like super cold outside. It's like freezing rain, and I think it's like 18 degrees, super cold. So that's why I'm like, but the thing about it is, I got family at the house, and that's the, when you do YouTube, you got to make time. And it's just, sometimes, doing the recording in your vehicle is a little bit, seem a little more quiet or peaceful. What? Hey, come on, man. Gangster, why you say that? You talking about, do you be playing with your, come on, bro. Yeah, I got you, Misty. I gotta, let me see how I can do this real quick. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I could make you a for you, yeah, definitely. All right, Misty, I got you down. I put you on as a standard moderator. So do your thing. You know, these people come in here trolling, playing too much, and like, you know, people be really trying to, you know, tell y'all how they day went, and a lot of trolls being here just, you know, killing the mood, killing the vibe. So, you know, that's how, you know, it could be. But yeah, no, I understand. It's just like I say, you guys, some people just be trolling too much. Like, you know, they'll come in here and just get to spamming and just saying a bunch of stuff like where it feels like some people just want to, you know, sometimes I just get on here. I want to talk to y'all and tell y'all, you know, how my day went and chop it up with y'all and answer, you know, y'all questions and stuff. But then when somebody spam your stuff, you be like, man, come on, bro. Like, you know, it's a time and a place. But yeah. Okay. So, the awareness. Okay. A lot of people don't have self-awareness. It's very difficult, you know, to actually you know, grasp it and to understand it when you actually do have it, and when you actually use it. Okay, so when it comes to what emotions are you absorbing? Okay, now that's how you know if you are aware. Now when you're actually using it, so you have to ask yourself, okay, what emotions are yours? Like, you know, have a you know, do some self-reflecting. You know, when your intuition is truth versus projection, you know, you have to see and know if you're projecting yourself onto others, or hey, are you using your intuition as your truth? So, you know, as the truth. So another thing, when compassion becomes self betrayal, you don't want to hurt yourself by, you know, showing compassion to others, but you know, you just don't want to make it to where you're hurting yourself behind it. Now, the next thing is how Pisces can become more self-aware. Okay, so what I always suggest is that pause before you react to a situation emotionally. Now, I understand it happens to the best of us. Sometimes we can't help it. Sometimes we, you know, we fire off before, you know, we actually wait to see, you know, let our emotions process first before we speak on a situation. The next thing, like I say, just name, you know, feelings instead of just merging with them. Because like a lot of people say, okay, so if you let your emotions take over, then you know they will, you know. So you don't want to just necessarily just give your feelings the, you know, say, hey, feelings, take the wheel. Because like I say, then you'll start going along with how you feel, you know, and that can actually get you in trouble. What's going on, Locked Up? I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. Yeah. So the next one I got is how you doing though? You know, observe patterns instead of, you know, rescuing a person, or, you know, from a situation that, hey, may not have nothing to do with you, because, you know, you want to be practical about it. So when you actually are self-aware, you have to use you know, be practical about, you know, how you use it, how in you know, that'll just help you able, you know, so it'll help you learn how to use it correctly. Okay, so another thing is you want to set those energetic boundaries, you know, not just the physical ones. So that can help as well. Let me see. Now, when it comes to how each sign shows the full awareness, I'm gonna give y'all some examples. So like fire signs, when it comes to Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, Aries, they know when to act, and then, you know, versus waiting. So that's how they show their full awareness. Oh, that's what's up, bro. Um, yeah, so yeah, when it comes to Leo is what? So Leo is aware of the ego, see, versus the purpose. So that's why they make sure they shine first before you do, or they make sure they shine more than you do. So that's something to be, you know, be mindful of. Also with Sagittarius, they're full aware of beliefs, see? So a lot of times that's why they focus on what you say, when it comes to ideology or any type of, religion or any type of, anything that has to do with belief systems of, hey, this is what I believe in versus the truth. So when it comes to earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, well, when Taurus, they know, their self-worth limits. See, they know how much they need to spend, how much they need to save. And when it comes to Virgo, they're just a more, aware of the overthinking loops. Now, when it comes to Capricorn, they know when control becomes fear. See, so that's how they are aware. Now, when it comes to air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, well, Geminis, they are aware of the mental duality that happens and takes place within, a situation or a person. Now, Libra, they know when peace becomes what? People pleasing. See? Now, when it comes to Aquarius, they're more aware of the emotional detachment. So like each sign has the very thing they're known for. That's where they're highly or more aware of within, the things that so the behaviors. So as you guys know, for each one that I spoke about, they all have that one focus, that primary focus. So that's where they're more, mostly aware, in the situation. Y'all got to bear in mind with me because it's late and like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm tired as a mug, but hey, I'm still trying to, give this content as, keeping my word. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm kind of like, y'all know that feeling when y'all get tired, when y'all tired, it's kind of like you trying to keep up, trying to speed up to your normal speed, but it feel like you further back than where you want to be. But anyway, yeah. So the water signs, when it comes to the awareness, and how they express it. Okay, so the water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, they're aware of what? Emotional manipulation. And that's usually the very thing that they actually are, where they're good at in that area. So that's where they would be mostly aware. Now, Scorpio, they know the power dynamics, okay, instantly. So that's something that they are fully aware of. Like who's in charge, they pay attention to who's the boss, who's this, who's running things in that nature. When it comes to Pisces, they're aware of energy, see, motives and hidden intentions. So the very things that you can't see, the subconscious, everything that no one else is really paying attention to because it's not physical, it's not physical. It hasn't taken form. See, Pisces pay attention to everything that hasn't taken form yet. So it's like your hidden intentions, things like, energy, emotives. Those are the things you can't see. Now, Pisces awareness levels. Okay, so you have to, as a Pisces, so I believe that your awareness comes in ranks. See, so when it comes to like knowing when to disengage, that would be something that you would know, that's a certain level of awareness. See, what's going on, James Hudson? Welcome. How you been, bro? Yeah, so it's like awareness can save your life. Sometimes I appreciate you coming out too, James Hudson. Yeah, yeah, it's just like knowing when to disengage. Sometimes you may feel like getting the last word. Sometimes you may be in a situation where you have the floor and you have to know when to stop, like when to disengage, and let me see. Misty said, Scorpio sees Pisces powers and want to be close or wants it facts. Yeah, because it's funny you said that because I had just put in my notes that the number one zodiac sign that is the most jealous of Pisces is Scorpio. And I'll expound on it in just a moment. But yeah, it's like and that's not by opinion, it's just the truth, because Scorpio is kind of like more than a big brother or a big sister to a Pisces, because what they do is they actually look after you so that way you don't gain any power. See, so it's like you could feel as though the Scorpio would prevent you from from getting any type of power or hone in it, for yourself to use. So it's like they can actually like, block you, sabotage your, your efforts and your things that you want to do that will require you to be the leader, or to be, the one that's in charge of that situation. Scorpios, they can definitely get so mad and jealous that they'll try to, like, that's what kids do. Like, if kids is, fighting over something, and they want to, they both feel like they're entitled to have it, and then all of a sudden one kid loses control, and all of a sudden they end up breaking the very thing that they're fighting over. Sometimes it's like, if I can't have it, you can't have it. And that's how Scorpios can be. So but here's the thing: the Scorpio has no remorse, no type of fair share type of they're not, put it like this, they're not agreeable as to keeping things fair. It's like they rather be the one in charge or not at all. See, and this is like, they hate losing, and they hate to let go of, they hate letting go of the power. See, they want to stay full of power. Let's say Aquarius, Dennis, yeah, for Aquarius is, when it comes, they're more, okay, so I'll go back. So they're more aware of the emotional detachment. So they pretty much lock into, to a person that may, emotionally detached from a situation. They pay attention to you drifting off, or, hey, you becoming aloof, or let's say people are being emotional and the person just starts to detach. They'll actually witness it first and see it and call it out, because that's something that they feel that they're entitled to do, if that makes sense. So they become full aware of the same maneuvers that they will use, and that all signs have, all signs are fully aware of the very thing that they're good at. See, that's why they're able to, pinpoint somebody else beating them to the punch, and they can't handle it, to let somebody else have that, that spot. Now, like I said, Pisces awareness is on different levels. So the very first one is, like I said, knowing when to disengage. Next one, feeling lies before hearing them. The next one, sensing hidden agendas. The next one, recognizing soul ties versus trauma bonds. See, another thing, when it comes to soul ties, does anybody know in the chat what a soul tie is? Anybody know? Want to take an educated guess? What is a soul tie? So, okay, so a soul tie is when you, okay, so let's say you, let me see. Okay, appreciate you coming out, Breland. But yeah, when it, okay, so the thing about a soul tie is, like, that's when you, basically, you are in an intimate relationship with someone that you're sleeping with, but you are not married to them. So what tends to happen is, instead of you guys becoming one, you start to adopt everything about that person, and vice versa. See, so it's like an exchanging of spirits. So you got to be careful, because if that person has a soul tie with another man, and then all of a sudden you start sleeping with her, and then you may start to lose your identity. See, because there's an energy transfer, there's a spirit transfer. So everything about you, that woman could become more like you, and then everything about her and all the people that she slept with, you could become more like them. See, so it has a lot to do with altering your spirit, everything that makes you, as you are. So the danger behind it is, if she's sleeping with a bunch of, like, crazy guys, she's sleeping with some crazy guys doing crazy, living their lifestyle a certain type of way, then that can actually, you could be, introduced to those thoughts. See, because of the transfer of the spirit. So you got to be careful with that soul tie stuff. Ain't no joke. And it's just like, if a person, okay, so let's say a person is let's say a person sells, sells their tail. I have to talk in code. So if a person is selling their tail, and they're out there, so let's say they have a soul tie with a married man, for example, then that would be, considered adultery. So if you sleep with that woman that has, committed adultery, now you are in the same boat as her. You ain't no better. And it's like, if she's cursed, then you already know you cursed too. See? So it's like anybody that touches that woman, damn near is in a bad place. Put it like that. See? You don't want to do it, because if you're cursed, then that's when you want everything that you do from there on. It's almost like it'll come crashing down. So it'd be like all of a sudden you'll feel as though like you're being targeted spiritually. You'll feel as though like, oh, it's nothing is never going right. It's always something unfortunate happening, and it could be you sleeping with that married woman. See, and you until you like repent and get cleansed and get like get your whole body just submerged in with the oil and prayed over and get that spirit bind it and cast it out. Man, you gotta be. I'm gonna tell you a true story. I knew this guy. He was sleeping with married women, and everybody kept telling him like, man, you need to chill out with that. Don't do that. That's some wicked, some bogus, wicked type stuff. Especially when she's married, and you just intentionally just don't give a damn. So he kept bragging about it like it was just that a good thing to do. Man, don't you know that same guy, he lost his life. See, he died. So that let me know that there's no reward behind sleeping with another man's wife. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that led him to the grave. See, and that's what ends up happening. You have they call it a untimely death, is where something just happens and it's like nobody really knows why, but it happened, so it's like untimely. So I feel like when people do that type of stuff, you got to be careful, because it could bring years of bad luck to you, just years of unfortunate situation events just jumping off. But it's like people the reason why people doubt the very thing of what I just said is because they can't see it. They can't see what is actually happening. See, they can't. When you say, oh, that some people might say that's BS, but it's like, well, can you see a curse? No, you can't physically see a curse, but you can see that a person, by every time or every day as that person tries to, make their situation or their life better, everything always goes downhill. Like there's never or hardly any progress. So that means you're under a curse. That means that, hey, you're being watched. You know what I mean? So it's like, you gotta be careful, because like some people in a moment, it feels as though you may be doing you may feel like you're doing, maybe you have fantasies, and maybe, you're just like, you get hot and bothered and you want to go out there and let's say, I understand some of the women might look beautiful to you and have a nice, body. It just ain't worth it though, bro. It's not worth it. Because you have to remember, after you guys are finished, that's when you open that can of worms. That's when things start getting kind of creepy. And it's like, well, hold on, this wasn't what I was feeling beforehand. But it's like afterwards, you don't feel the same man that you were before you slept with her. See? Because now those spirits have transferred from her to you. See? Now they're living on the inside of you. Every single person that she laid down with, now you have a resemblance of those guys. See? And if those guys who they slept with, anything that they've picked up, you have it now too. See? So let's say if it was a guy that went both ways and she slept with a guy that was an undercover Diddy, and you slept with her, you can have a resemblance of that spirit inside of you to where you could be what do they call it, switch hitting and having those thoughts. And you might not even be that way, but you slept with that woman that slept with someone that way. You get what I'm saying? So then it's like you might end up having thoughts of it and have no idea why you even thinking like that. But it's because you slept with that woman. See, that's just like people that sleep with, hookers, or however you want to say it. People that sleep with those type of women. Don't you know that a hooker would treat you, every man that she sleeps with, she treats them as a loaf of bread. That is just crazy. Every man that she lays down with, she treats them as a loaf of bread. See? So could you imagine of just a person just sleeping with damn near 1,000 men a week? And then you sleep with them, you have no idea, from the pits of hell, you have no idea that this woman has 1,000 soul ties, plus all the soul ties of all those men. And you say, oh, welcome to my temple. You let them all inside of your temple. See? And after that experience, you will not be the same, fam. You will not be thinking the same as you once did before you slept with her. But anyway, yeah, that's soul ties, you guys. I just wanted to break it down for y'all. But yeah, when you trust your intuition over logic, see, that's when you're becoming more aware. Or you could say self-aware. Okay, so another thing is choosing solitude over chaos. See, now people don't understand that in order for chaos to happen, you must be somewhat sociable. You must be somewhat social because it takes two people to create chaos. That's why when it comes to like mercurial signs like Virgo and Gemini, that's why they can create more chaos, because they're very social. See, which requires more people to actually, for them to communicate with. So it's like that's how they're able to, start storms and throw rocks and hide their hands, because it's almost like they can suck so many people into whatever they're socializing about, have everybody all entangled mentally. Now the next thing is detaching without guilt. See, if you're able to detach from a unpleasant situation or a tiresome situation without guilt, that's you being self-aware. See, you having that inkling of just, hey, it's time to go now, and not feeling guilty about it. That's you being self-aware. See, because you know that if you sit too long, there's something bad that can just jump off. Just like if you're too friendly around people that you don't know, they will test you. See, people will test you because you never want to copy the behavior of what's presented to you, because it just might be what? Projection. See, that person could be trying to control you mentally by showing you friendly behavior in order to make you more friendly, so that they can what? Manipulate you, control you, to have you do something that you wasn't even planning to do. But because now they've already gauged to see just how friendly you can really be. And once you show them that, you cannot change their mind from it. See, they're almost fully convinced that, hey, this dude is really friendly, let's use him. See, but you can't match the same emotions in the same way others present themselves to you. You have to be a man of your own. You have to have your own focus, your own communication, your own emotion. And like I say, you have to be fully aware that whatever you see could be deception. See, sometimes people are projecting onto you, and you might feel like, yeah, why? I understand, you might question it. Why am I being projected on? I'm telling you, because you are fully aware. See, now the thing about it, That's why you're able to sense those hidden agendas, see, because you're fully aware. Where you hear people are talking about, hey, we need somebody to, work on Friday because Suzanne, hey, she had something to do and we need someone to cover Suzanne's shift. But what you realize is that, well, what is it? What is it? What is the good in it for me? Like, what am I getting out of it? Because what if I could just be doing you a favor? See, that's the thing. Like, I could be, so I could be, just doing the boss a favor, but that could cover him from getting in trouble, but it doesn't have nothing to do with me. So you always got to make sure if you do something like that, make sure it's something in it for you. Make sure you get something out of it. Make sure that it works for you. But don't be desperate and do desperate deals and desperate deeds, see? Because people, if they see you'll do something, and let's say without extra pay, or hey, they'll see that you're willing to, do anything, and it's like, oh, you didn't even question whether or not you were going to get something out of it, then people will judge you off of how you respond to things, see? And then in the future, you'll be used again, see? They'll be like, oh, we don't want to pay anyone anything, but so let's just have, such and such cover their shift because, hey, last time that person didn't ask for anything. So you got to know that people will just use you if you present yourself that way. Now, why are Pisces that are fully aware, why are they dangerous? Okay, because they can see through the mask. See, they can see the truth, see, within that person. The mask, they're able to see right through it. Now, the next thing is that they don't react emotionally, see? So that gives the other person no way of, using projection. They don't know where to actually strike. They don't know what to say. Now, another thing is they disappear instead of fighting. See, that's the best thing to do is to, there's power in retreating, see, or taking a step back, or just simply, some may call it withdrawal. Now, the next thing, like I say, cutting the cords silently, because awareness turns what? Pisces from prey, see, it turns you from being prey to the observer, see? So that's the thing, is that if you're in a place or position as the observer, then you will not be food for everyone, if that makes sense, see? Because you're the one that's aware of everything that's going on. So there's no way for anyone to pull any type of trick bag on you. Now, the thing about it is, because I said Pisces are intuitive by nature, okay? So the awareness is what makes us powerful. Now, when it comes to the self-awareness, that's what protects a Pisces, okay? And it also protects your energy. Now, the awareness, it's a great weapon, see? Because even if you observe a situation, nobody can lie, nobody can just pull some shit out of their behind and be like, oh yeah, hey, this person did this, or hey, I saw this or that. So no manipulation works when this happens. That stops working. The emotional patterns that happen consciously, and let's say, because this is the thing, when a Pisces consciously sees those emotional patterns, nothing can stop it. Nothing. See? Now, the thing about it is, the shifting is what you have to worry about. See? The shifting of energy. So that's like when people start to switch up, see, based on what they see regarding your energy. See? So if it's the shift that's happening, what a Pisces may do is absorb the energy, see, to command it. So a lot of times that's the thing, when people switch up, that it doesn't work on the Pisces because they're able to absorb. See, they'll just absorb the energy again and pick up on what's happening. See, now that's why they say if you're ever trying to plot something, make sure you're not in the vicinity of a Pisces. If you're trying to do something that's like crazy, you better make sure the room is absent of any type of Pisces, because a Pisces is going to absorb the very little thing that you guys are up to, and it's the whole plans is going to backfire. See, now another thing is what happens when a Pisces becomes too aware. See, I know a lot of people know you can overdo things. Now the thing about it is let me see. Okay, so when it comes to, let me see. Okay, so if a Pisces becomes too aware, what can happen is like people can start panicking and stuff, because I know you guys seen this before, where a Pisces is like on to everything, and it's like a how can I say it? It's like Battleship. It's like a Pisces knows exactly something behind the scenes is going on. So some Pisces can actually, when they're fully aware, they can overdo it to where people could start feeling like, you know, watched. Like, because then it's like a Pisces might see somebody pick up a coat, you know, that's off his hook, that's laying around, but it's not that person's coat. And if someone were to pick it up, a Pisces can say like, hey, you know, that's not your coat. Like, put it back, or hey, like, why did you grab that coat? And then a Pisces already knows whose coat it is, for example. And then they'll just, they'll just wait to see if you're going to try to, make a run for it, or just try to act like, oh, you were just picking, try to come up with a lie. But what I'm saying is that Pisces can catch you doing something, and literally they can say the very thing that you thought you were going to do. And it's like, it can make people panic. Like, if you say something like, hey man, I saw you go in the bathroom, and you're like, if you notice how the person entered the bathroom, let's say they didn't turn the light on, they just walked in the bathroom and shut the door, and you were in the workplace, and then you, as a Pisces, you can become full aware of that same, that worker. And then you might say, your intuition might say, oh, this person is trying to, go to sleep in the bathroom, and they're supposed to be working. So what I mean by people can panic is that you can actually see the person walk in the bathroom, don't turn the light on, and then all of a sudden you can just go to the bathroom door and start, and you might say, hey Curtis, hey, don't try to go to sleep, man. We need everybody on the, we need everybody's staff. Everybody has to be, on the oven. And hey, we can't be doing the sleeping in the bathroom. A Pisces can be dead on the money about Curtis in the bathroom, and Curtis can start panicking because he was actually going to go to sleep. But Pisces was full aware that of him doing so without him even, like, nobody even told the Pisces that Curtis goes to sleep in the bathroom, but the Pisces just was full aware of the whole environment, the whole atmosphere, everything that's moving in the side of the store. That's why I said, if you're going to do something, like go to sleep, do something that you know that you shouldn't be doing, make sure there's no Pisces in attendance. Because I'm going to tell you how powerful it is to the point that a Pisces can be in the parking lot. You could do something slick inside the store. Next thing you know, that Pisces knows all of a sudden. You didn't even tell him. Nobody said anything to the Pisces, but the Pisces just is attracted to the very things that are hidden. See, it's like a Pisces will end up walking through the door. You hear the little bells, that little, the little bell noise when they walk through the door. Next thing you know, it's like the Pisces knows that something just happened that, hey, nobody knows about. And there's almost like the very thing that's hidden, it starts to pull Pisces towards it. See? And the Pisces ain't even thinking of trying to look for it. It's just that's just how it happens. Like today, I was walking in the grocery store and I seen another lottery ticket on the floor. I'm like, bro, come on. This is so crazy. Like, I was like, dang, an unscratched lottery ticket that's on the floor once again. See? And it's like somebody dropped it, obviously. Remember I said when it comes to Pisces, you might just find a Rolex. A Rolex could just be left, left on somebody's lunch tray in the food court. And next thing you know, you just come across it like, wait a minute, someone's Rolex is on the food tray? Oh hell, what the hell? Or it could be some type of, antique or some type of, something rare. And it could be of the smallest things. It could be something that's like, a wallet. It could be somebody's license. It's like people lose things and you find them, Pisces. You could just be in the weirdest places and find some crazy stuff just because it's like, and if it's there and you see it, it's for you. See? Now, not to mention, I didn't win on that scratch off ticket, but hey, it was nice to scratch it though because it was unscratched. But yeah, anyway, it's just like I say, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But be careful because a lot of people tend to lose things around Pisces. See? And that could be the things you can't see. See? You gotta be careful. Okay, so now the silence. See, I'm going to tell you, Pisces, your silence is on 10 because your silence is your loudest weapon. See, it's almost like people can feel your silence and people will literally start just coming by you, coming to you, pulling up. And it's like, bro, just like now, it's 1 a.m. Now all these people starting to come to I'm parked right in front of the postal thing. I can't even think. It's so crazy. I can't even think straight. The post office. Yeah. It's like I can't even think straight when I say the post office. But yeah, people just pulling up and it's like 1 a.m. Okay, so the next thing is the thing about it is, okay, so we're gonna talk about, let me go through these. Okay, so all right, let me go past these. Let me see. Okay, so when it comes to the self-awareness, okay, so some people say, now this is the misconceptions. A lot of people say that, they confuse, being paranoid with self-awareness. See? So it's like, if you should know the difference because like self-awareness is the pattern recognition. Okay, you pay attention to patterns. You're fully aware that, hey, every time around this time, this guy comes, walks from this entrance and comes and, goes to the mailbox, for example. And it's like you witnessed that and now you are fully aware of that. So it's like if he does it again, it's almost like you're keeping score. You're like, okay, that's the 3rd time. Okay, that's the 4th time. Here we go again. He's back. So it's like you're fully aware of that pattern. Now, paranoia is fear-based. It's more like without the evidence. It's like you're worried about a guy coming through that entrance, in the first place. You're like, hey, I hope nobody comes through. Now, that's being paranoid. See, that's the difference. Now, Pisces are not paranoid, just so you know. See, we're more emotionally observant. So that's the difference. Because a lot of people be like, oh, y'all Pisces be paranoid. Y'all ain't even have to smoke nothing. Y'all just be paranoid, looking over your shoulder constantly. And y'all call that intuition? Like, no, that's not what's going on. But here's the thing. Why do Pisces get mislabeled as paranoid? It's because Pisces notice energy. See, we notice the energy shifts. Just like if a person comes in with a group of people, they start first shift in the morning, then, hey, let's say at 1 o'clock, then, second shift comes in, and then third shift comes in. So it's just, if you apply that to the energy shifts, then it's almost like a Pisces is fully aware of those different energy shifts before the behavior changes. See? So even if a Pisces was in a situation where there was a shift change, a Pisces will know of it, and because of the energy shift, they'll know what shift it is. Oh, damn, it must not be first shift. It got to be second shift because everybody on first shift is loud. That's what I mean. So you pay attention to the behavior changes. Now, most signs, like I said, they react after something happens. So Pisces, they feel it before it happens. See? And I'm going to tell you, about 99.9% of the time, they're right. So they could be feeling like, man, I think something about to jump off. And they ain't feeling the same way. This today doesn't seem like the day, for example. And then they actually can be on, be right. And then they'll leave from that situation. Now, the next thing is, that's just the whole anticipation behind it when a Pisces is like, hey, I don't really know if I want to go to such and such house tonight. See, because a Pisces, and they're anticipating that, hey, something doesn't feel right, about going today. Now, when it comes to a Pisces, they read what people don't say. See, the very thing that, and a lot of times people don't say it because they're scared, people don't, or they just don't know. So a Pisces reads what other people say, what they don't say. So the tone, this is the number one thing, is the tone changes. See, those tone changes when you hear someone say something, and then, it's like they say something with a different tone, and then it's like, oh, now their voice is a little bit more deeper, more louder. That means something. See, so many people do not comprehend. They don't even use comprehension. You're supposed to learn this in reading, when it comes to like school, you should learn the tone and read the tone behind the words. I wish everybody, actually did this, because we won't have so many people being unaware of it. Because like me, when I was in college, my reading teacher, I ain't gonna lie, like when I had to took my placement test for college, I kept failing and stuff. I kept failing not because I was dumb, but I kept failing because I did not pay attention to the damn tone. The damn tone of the damn, so when I would read, I always read a book and didn't really pay attention to the emotion, like the tone behind the words. So my reading teacher was like, I told her, like, basically, I keep failing the damn placement test for college. I'm like, but I know. She was like, yeah, I know you're a smart young man and whoop-de-whoop-de-woo and all this. And I'm like, I know, but I'm like struggling with, like, what am I doing wrong? I'm going to tell you, man, this lady, oh my God, this lady was old. Man, she was so old. And shout out to all my old heads out there. But man, this lady put me up on game. And I was like, I'm talking about the advice that she taught me, man, I'm talking about, this was the best thing she ever told me, man. And this made me even more, like, my intuition and how I read what people say and the energy behind it, it's on 10. My reading teacher told me, she said, when you read something, treat it like gumbo. She said, take in everything that's being said until the bowl is dry. I said, what? She said, when you read something, absorb everything that you read, absorb it like you're eating a bowl of gumbo until it's gone. I was like, oh. So when I started reading, she said, well, now what's the tone behind the author? I said, yeah, he sounded like he was mad. She said, there you go. Man, I took that placement test and got an A+. See? And I was like, what the? It was that simple. I'm like, the way she explained it was just perfect. I'm like, bro, that's what I'm going to tell you. What I've learned from that experience was a lot of people, they have bad teachers. See, if a teacher explains something a certain type of way, it's like you can understand that teacher and learn something quicker and easier. And it's like, why wasn't this like this with this teacher? Why wasn't it like this with this teacher? And you start thinking like, because hey, they didn't teach it right. See? So it's like that teacher, man, I'm talking about, man, that was the best teacher I ever had, bro. Like, to me, it was like all her concepts were just like, you saw exactly what she was teaching you. I'm like, bro, whew. I'm like, man, now I like reading now because now I absorb everything like a bowl of gumbo. See, I don't miss nothing. So when somebody talking to you, you got to apply the same thing. See, because then once you start reading in between the lines, because that's what she told me. She said that when you read, you have to read in between the lines of what is being said to you. I said, oh, shit. I said, read in between the lines. Then when I started reading, I started to understand what the person was actually saying, what they were actually saying to me, like versus how they wrote it. I'm like, oh, my God. And I was like, see, that's the thing, bro. It's like and this is what? Being unaware. Being unaware, man, you fail because you don't know. See, if you knew how to cut your grass, you wouldn't need someone to come cut it, right? If you knew how to shovel, you wouldn't need somebody to come shovel it for you. So it's almost like a lot of things out here you have to learn. See, otherwise you have to pay for it. See, for not knowing it. It's cold-blooded. And that's why when someone do an oil change, someone does an oil change on your car, you're like, damn, how did you get done so quick? But damn, you hit me with the tab. It's like $100. Damn, you did it in 15 minutes. It must have been, it must not be hard to do. And then they always try to act like it's so hard. They don't want to tell you they don't want to tell you how to do it because they won't make any money off of you. Man, I'm talking about I went on YouTube, looked up how to do an oil change on the make and model of my vehicle. Man, I was so mad when I realized how easy it was. I said, oh, my God. Like I probably was looking like a damn freaking idiot paying this man $100 for an oil change that only costs like $30. I'm like, so you have to learn things. You have to go on YouTube and look up, hey, how to fix a broken dishwasher, how to fix a broken, whatever it is, furnace, or hey, what do you got to do? And hey, who do you got to call? Learn, because, bro, if you don't, you're going to pay for it. See? And then you can get scammed because people they won't fix it right. They'll break something. It's like those mom and pop, they call it mom and pop shops when it comes to oil change. Those are the worst places you can go get your oil change because they end up breaking stuff and they won't even tell you. So you got to be careful. Now, another thing I say, tone changes, delays, inconsistencies, emotional withdrawals. So those are all things that a Pisces will read what other people don't say when it comes to those things. So delays is a big one because people can tie manipulation into what they say or what they do in regards to making you wait. It's cold-blooded. See, Sag World said y'all Pisces are different. Yeah, it's I wouldn't even say it like I said, I'm not tooting my own horn. It's just that I feel like a lot of Pisces are full aware, but sometimes Pisces be thinking that they be thinking that they doing the wrong thing for being so smart. See, like sometimes it's like the way you think, you can think that you think weird, or you might feel like, oh man, why am I so out of my head, for example. And it's like, it's not even like that. You're just fully aware. See, it's like you know to put your seatbelt on when you get in the car. And you know that's the first thing you got to do. But some people just sit in the car, don't put their seatbelt on. So when y'all get into an accident, you wonder why all your friends go through the windshield except you. And it's like, when you try to do, It's like when that happens, you're like, damn, why y'all didn't put y'all seatbelts on? Now y'all all went through the windshield except me. See? And that's how the intuition, that's how your awareness works. It's like you do something that everybody else, they didn't even think to do that because they just not aware. They didn't think they had to. See? It's like, oh, hey, I didn't think to put my seatbelt on because hey, I didn't think about it. It's like, dude, you have to put your seatbelt on. What do you mean? Like, just people just don't pay attention to nothing. They don't pay attention to their surroundings. They don't pay attention to the people that they meet on the day-to-day. And it's like, if you see a strange man, like I remember I was looking out my front door and I seen somebody constantly walking back and forth every day, the same dude walking back and forth. And then I was like, why is this dude keep walking past? Like, I'm the only one thinking, like, everybody thinking I'm crazy for even saying what I just said. They like, it's just a guy walking down the street, man. I'm like, bro, this dude is random. Nobody does this. Like, he's just always walking past every day. And then all of a sudden the neighbor was like, oh, there's a group home up the street. I said, oh, okay. So that's where all these weird, like, when you start looking out there, start seeing like these people just walking and they don't look like they live over there. It's just like, that's when I was like, oh, okay, group home. Now that makes sense. But that's why I always said, like, when you pick up on something being off and then all of a sudden the answer hits you and it's like, oh, that's why. So I knew something was off, see? But hey, that's because you're aware, see? Because the people that live in your neighborhood, they don't act like that. And you will know if somebody is not from your area based off of how they coming, see? Because it's like they don't match the same vibe of your neighborhood. See? That could be from loud music, like, wait a minute, where does this dude think he's at? This ain't no concert over here, dude. This is we got a lot of old heads that live over here. You probably the only one that ever made this much noise. See, this is like you paying attention to your environment. Now, another thing is, okay, so Pisces having that long emotional memory. See, and this could go from, you having pets and knowing how you could have been a dog owner and you knew how your first dog you had was probably the most like, lovey-dovey, just everything to you type of dog, right? Then you can have a long emotional memory about, who switched up in your life. Like, was it the ace, day ones? You know exactly who switched up. And even if y'all were close or not, you know why. And see, the thing about it is, who smiled but was moving funny. You picked up on that. And then you also remember the people that were like beautiful from their silence. The people that, hey, didn't really talk much. You paid attention to that. So when it comes to that alone is data. That's information. See, it's not a whole delusion. See, so it's like some people say, oh, you if you know that, they might say accuse you of being delusional, but it's not. See, because it's like you just pay attention to how the changes of the different shift changes with energy. See, now the next thing is one thing about Pisces is they don't accuse. What they do, they retreat. See, the paranoid people will confront you. See, because they're afraid. They're afraid. So that's why when people confront you, oftentimes they're paranoid. See, but Pisces observe quietly. So the withdrawal, hey, when it comes to withdrawal, it could come off like paranoia, but it's self-protection at the same time. See, but it's like if you stay out of a situation, then you're basically cutting the cords. See, versus actually staying there to actually see what happens next. Okay, so the next thing, Pisces only becomes paranoid when they ignore their intuition. That's the only time Pisces become paranoid, because it's almost like not listening to your intuition. It begins to haunt you. It begins to bother you. It begins to chastise. It begins to, um, stay a little longer on your mind, just for the simple fact you didn't listen to it. Now, and it's almost like it's making you pay for it, because it will demand your attention as soon as you don't use it. Because it's like, hey man, I got to talk to you about something. It's like, wait a minute, bro. This is how you and your intuition having a personal, conversation. It's like, hey, I need to talk to you about something, man. And you're like, hey, man, I already know I effed up. I didn't listen earlier. And that's how your intuition ends up like having that talk with you, because it's like, you need to trust me. That's how your intuition to be, talking to you. And you will hear this all coming from your gut, because you'll feel paranoid that, damn, I didn't listen. I should have just left. And it's like, now I got myself caught up in some trouble, and this could have been avoided. Now, when it comes to the awareness, the more aware you are, Pisces, that will make you more calm. See, because it's almost like you on point. Now, anxiety that comes on after you override your gut feelings. See, and it comes when you override your gut to please other people. When you start people pleasing, that's what makes you anxious. See, so like I say, people don't understand like how, when it comes to anxiety, they don't understand how it starts. You could work yourself up just because you're not listening to your gut. See, it's like a bunch of people come to your house and you don't like them. So it's like, the first thing you think is like, okay, they're here. And let's say they're family members and you don't like them. It's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to people please, or are you going to be like, hey, why, what y'all come over here for? Like, you got to follow your gut, and maybe you might maybe you might feel like withdrawing, just leaving. Okay, family members came to visit, I don't like them. Well, hey, I'm going to just leave and go for a walk. Maybe I'll come back, they'll be gone. Instead of people pleasing, because you can't do that. Otherwise, you're going to end up getting anxious. See, because you're doing something that you don't want to do. And also, when you ignore your intuition, it stresses you out. It's okay. So you become stressed by not listening to your intuition. Your intuition puts you up on game, and you ignore it. Then later on, you start getting stressed out about it. See, because you didn't listen to it. Now, when it comes to the paranoia versus Pisces awareness, is, like I say, a clear difference between the two. We already talked about it with, paranoia being fear-based, and Pisces awareness is what, pattern-based. You got paranoia is related to random suspicions. And, when it comes to a Pisces full awareness is related to specific observations. And when it comes to paranoia, another thing is emotional chaos. And when it comes to a Pisces awareness, it's more of emotional restraint. See, because a lot of times when a Pisces is aware, they don't get themselves like boxed into situations, because they know that situation going to try to trap you. Now, paranoia also makes people react impulsively. See, makes you just react on a whim and just hurry up and do something because you're paranoid. Now, when it comes to a Pisces awareness, they oftentimes will wait and watch. See, now another thing too with paranoia, oftentimes people accuse others. See, when you are using a Pisces awareness, oftentimes you will just detach. See, rather than accuse. Now, why are Pisces wired like this? Is because the subconscious. See, the subconscious, Pisces rules the subconscious. It's what you can't see. See, that's why people think Pisces are crazy for having, for saying things like, hey, I feel like this person cannot be trusted. and nobody told you why, nobody told you who, what, when, where, how. It's like you just come up with stuff, and it's like people look at you and say, where are you getting all this from? This, like, is any of the stuff, like, do you know him personally? And then if you say no, they'd be like, well, you can't say that. You can't say you don't trust him. Like, you gotta, change that, stop doing that or something. It's like your subconscious picked up on it. It's what you can't see. See? So if it's what you can't see and you subconsciously know it, then that's why the people that are physically around you, they don't see what you see, Pisces. See? So that's why you don't necessarily have to tell them what you see, because they won't understand anyway. So it's like if you don't trust someone and you want to tell someone about it, make sure you tell somebody that you're actually like, that you're actually cool with. See, that somebody that actually understands you, because as soon as you tell somebody that doesn't, let's say they're more logical, maybe they're more logically inclined, they might think you're crazy because, oh, you said this person is, crazy, not to be trusted. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, who told you that? Like, I think Bobby's a good guy. Like, who told you that? Who told you that he was crazy and that we shouldn't trust him? And it's like Pisces might say, well, I could just see it. Well, how do you see it? Show me. They're like, how do you see it, Pisces? Can you show me what you're seeing? Because right now you just sound like you're high, man. You're fried. You're fried off the ganja, man. Let me get some of that shit. It's like, no. And that's how they become in Pisces, because they don't understand you. They don't know anything about the subconscious. See? And also Pisces rules what? Hidden motives. See? Hidden motives is because, and notice as I said all of these things in the beginning of the live, I did mention that most of the things that Pisces are aware of is the things that they rule. See, all the signs, everything they rule, they are fully aware of. See? So that lets you know that those are their own power. That's their power. See? Is to recognize the hidden motives, because they rule it. So you have to be in charge of what you rule, right? See? So Pisces also rules what? Emotional undercurrents. So it's what you can't see. You don't see emotional undercurrents. You can feel it though, but you can't feel it like a Pisces. That's the difference. See? That's because Pisces are wired this way. They have that gift. They were born into that. They have it naturally. It's not nothing like a button that they will push to turn it on. And you can't turn it off. See? Now, Pisces also rules what? Spiritual perception. See? Because Pisces is able to separate them. Now, the next thing is that you cannot, listen, you don't survive the 12th house by being clueless. See? Because one thing for certain with Neptune, man, with Neptune, you have to know things without being able to see them. See? Because Neptune comes with the illusions. See? Now, that's why I said Pisces can shatter your illusions all day and run circles around it. But you know what's even difficult? You know what's even crazier than that is that other people have a hard time even seeing the illusion to begin with. See? So that's why they don't see Pisces. See, they don't even give us credit because they don't see us. It doesn't make sense to them. They're like, how did you score 30 points in the, like, how did you, buzzer beater, and y'all won the game? Like they'll try to find ways to say that you cheated. They'll never give you credit where credit's due. You can never say, oh, good job, man. Yeah, man, you You nailed it. It's always, oh man, this dude he's cheating, man. He's got this thing rigged and he knows the owner. Like, shut up. See? And another thing is when people call Pisces paranoid, it's usually because they feel seen. See? Because that's the first excuse. When you are using your intuition, people are going to try to shut you down. See, Pisces, they'll say, oh, you don't know what you really know. You know, they'll question, who told you that? But here's the thing, they feel seen. This is why they're reacting like that. They'll call you paranoid when they lost control. They'll call you paranoid when their mask slipped off. See? And they'll call you paranoid because you stop explaining yourself. Remember I said yesterday, I said, explaining yourself is a weakness. If someone doesn't believe you, guess what? That's their opinion. You don't have to believe me, and guess what? I'm not going to explain myself. You don't believe me, then hey, that's your choice. But you notice that a lot of people feel like they should say something, but you don't. Don't say nothing. Let them walk with that narrative. Let them walk out, you know, what they think they know about you and what you said and what you did. No explaining. Now, awareness, what does awareness do? Ultimately, awareness threatens manipulation. See, nobody can control you when you're fully aware. It's cold-blooded. See, they can't even project. And projection is what you can't see. So that means that when you're fully aware, that means your subconscious is on 10. That means that your subconscious is operating, is active right in that moment because you are fully aware. And manipulation can't stand a chance. Even though manipulation, you can't see it. You can't see when somebody's manipulating you. See? But the manipulators, they don't even try with Pisces when they're fully aware. Now, the next thing is how can a Pisces stay aware without becoming anxious? Okay, observe without reacting. That's the biggest thing. Full mastery of your emotions will give you what? The best self-control that money can't even buy. Now, the next thing, let the patterns repeat themselves before deciding. See? Now, when it comes to yeah, definitely on Sag, what's his name? Wait, I thought I said Sag. I got the names mixed up. But yeah, Lifted, what's it say? Lifted. I'm gonna just call you Lifted. I don't want to butcher your name. You said it locks the mysteries of what is hidden. Said especially if you can see through them the muddy water. Okay, according to what I probably missed your you talking about being ruled by the sun? Okay, yeah, so the next thing is don't explain your intuition to people who dismiss it. That's why I was saying earlier is that you don't have to explain. Next thing, ground your intuition, okay, with facts. And also trust silence over confrontation. Now, the next thing I'm gonna talk about is Jupiter, okay? Now, what does Jupiter have to do with Pisces? Okay, I know a lot of people have heard this before, and then, you know, hey, some people say, oh, well, Jupiter never did this, and hey, it was always been Neptune, and hey. So I'm gonna tell you, now, the real power is with Jupiter. Now, I'm gonna show you this. Now, I'm gonna tell you about it. Okay, so before Neptune, Jupiter was the original ruler of Pisces. See, a lot of people don't know that. And if they know, they probably, you know, they like this with it, like iffy with it. Now, that means that Pisces doesn't just feel, see, but Pisces believes. So when we got the motto of saying that I believe, where did that come from? It didn't come from Neptune. It came from Jupiter, see? Now, I'm going to tell you why. See, Jupiter equals expansion, see? Meaning and truth. So you can see Jupiter being what? Connected to a Pisces intuition. Notice I didn't say a Pisces tuition. I said a Pisces intuition. But here's the thing. Jupiter rules what? Faith. Jupiter rules faith. Jupiter rules philosophy. Jupiter rules morality. It rules higher wisdom, justice, and growth through experiences. See? So when the Pisces says, hey, I walk by faith and not by sight, according to the Bible, right? They're applying faith. So that's the thing with the expansion of what? Meaning and truth. So a lot of time people don't see this is proof now. That's why a lot of people say, oh, well, damn, Pisces is able to separate the spiritual from what? The physical, the conscious from the unconscious. And all of a sudden, when you subconsciously walk by faith and not by sight, you're not looking at what you see. See? You're not going by what you see. You're going by what you believe. So, hey, Jupiter is already showing you, see, that, hey, walk by faith, not by sight. So when I say that, a lot of times people think that, oh, they say, oh, well, I don't really know about faith. See, that's the thing. Faith is another thing about applying I believe. See, you have to believe in what you can't see. It's cold-blooded, see? And another thing is the fact that, so Pisces isn't just emotional, see? Pisces is what? Searching for meaning behind everything, because everything means something. Everything means something. And that's the thing we live by. So Jupiter still what? Rules Pisces. Now, a lot of people going to say, oh, no, that's see, no, that's what I'm talking about. That's Neptune only. No, it shows up. See, Jupiter shows up in Pisces. I just told you how and why. Now, the thing about it is Pisces sees the big picture in everything. Pisces always sees the motive. What, hey, why these people hire me? Just to fire me. Pisces sees the whole game, the whole plot twist. And see, Pisces understand how things connect. That's why Pisces oftentimes like to what? Merge. So people, motives, systems, consequences, that's Jupiter. See, that's Jupiter working through what? The intuition I just told y'all. See, I summed it up in a nutshell. Man, I'm telling you guys, man. Another thing is that Pisces always what? Believes in something bigger. It's cold-blooded. See, whether it's God, whether it's karma, whether it's fate, whether it's justice, whether it's a whole universal balance. See, now Pisces operates on what? A spiritual law, not an ego. See, not the ego law. The ego law is like how everyone else is. Now, when it comes to forgiveness, when a Pisces forgives until they don't, see. So Jupiter is a sign of luck, right? That's what some may say. But Jupiter gives mercy, see. But once Pisces decides a boundary is crossed, it's final. That's why it requires what? An ending. See, so Jupiter rules judgment, not revenge. See, now Pisces, I'm going to tell you, why do we attract extremes? Why is everything got to be to the extreme? Because Jupiter amplifies it. See, Jupiter amplifies everything. Deep love, when you're in a relationship, see, everybody that gets with a Pisces, it don't even feel the same with any other sign. Right or wrong in the chat. Jupiter amplifies everything from deep love, deep loss, deep enemies, and deep transformation. So that's why Pisces lives many what? Lifetimes in one life. Yeah. So when we say we are an old soul, it's the truth. See, you ain't got to be 50 or 60 to actually, to know that. Now, The thing about it is Pisces teaches what? Through experiences. That's what my channel's for. Through my experiences. See? Now, Pisces doesn't lecture like a Sagittarius. That's the difference. So when Jupiter rules Sagittarius, they like to lecture. Pisces doesn't, okay? What does a Pisces do instead? A Pisces demonstrates wisdom by living it. Cold-blooded. See? Now, people learn from Pisces, not with Pisces, if that makes sense. I say it one more time for the people in the back and the ones in the nosebleeds. People learn from Pisces, not with Pisces. See? Now, Jupiter shadow, okay, if a Pisces is operating out of what? The shadow side, it hits a little different now, okay? Because it's being what? Misused. Now, in this aspect, it'll be more related to over-forgiving, having a savior complex, or just being what? Using blind faith in the wrong people. Or it could just be the type of Pisces that what? Escapes reality instead of expanding it. Now, that would be Jupiter without grounding. See? Now, let's see, the next thing I got is Neptune versus Jupiter in Pisces, okay? Now, this is very important. Now, Neptune, what does that represent? Neptune represents sensitivity, illusions, and dreams, see? And Jupiter represents truth, meaning, and moral law. Now, a healthy Pisces, the funny thing is, a healthy Pisces uses both, see? They use the dreams and the wisdom, the compassion and the discernment, see? Now, why Pisces self-awareness is related to Jupiter, but it does not have anything to do with being what? Paranoid, see? Because Pisces awareness comes from experiences, pattern recognition, moral judgment, cause and effect. See, that's Jupiter. That's not fear. So the best thing I could tell y'all to wrap that up in a nutshell is Neptune. It lets Pisces feel the world, and Jupiter teaches Pisces what it means. In other words, see, it's cold-blooded. See, I just gave y'all an expansion. I just gave y'all an expansion of wisdom. That's why I tell people we got so many different things. Common sense. See, we got common sense. We got self-awareness. And a lot of people do not use these things. These are like the core principles that one must use to obtain a full-blown what? Wisdom. See? But that's the thing, you got to have somebody that's wise tell you it. If you don't know for yourself, then you have to learn it from somebody that what? Is wise. See? Now, the next thing, so the next thing is the Pisces power comes from Jupiter. People don't know that either. Now, another thing is self-awareness is not mental, you guys. Don't think that it's this up here. No, it's not. It's energetic, okay? It's energetic, it's emotional, and spiritual. Has nothing to do with logic. Now, when a Pisces tries to what? Be self-aware, it's not like an air sign or a fire sign, see? So just know that it hits different. It's not the same, and it's natural, see? That's why it's the most powerful, because hey, we have it, us Pisces, we have it naturally. Now, another thing is how does a Pisces become self-aware the right way? I'm gonna tell you, observing patterns, as I mentioned, not people. Because what Pisces gains awareness by what? Noticing repeating situations, similar endings with different people, see? And then just familiar emotional triggers. Because people can trigger you, like you can literally, like, you don't have to say anything to that person, and that person, their emotions can trigger you in such a way, right or wrong. It's like, damn, here comes such and such, and all of a sudden, You just absorb his emotion and you be like, man, I do not want to have, you could just get upset or just feel like, man, I really don't like this person. This person, I could feel their emotions and they ain't even said nothing yet. And it's if something keeps happening, it's like that's how you know that you have that awareness going. See, something keeps happening. That's the simplest way to know of it. See, and it's almost like say you have a ring camera and you notice that your packages are always missing. See, because it keeps happening, because it's a pattern, that's why you're aware of it. See? So you notice that, hey, every damn time I go get my packages, they're not there. See? Because you notice that's because it keeps happening. So never forget it that, hey, when things keep happening, that just means that you are aware. You're not paranoid. And see that you have to be able to separate the intuition from emotions. See? So that way they don't get blurred out. It's just like if you have a camera phone and you take a picture and then all of a sudden you set the setting to blur. And all of a sudden the camera phone, the camera takes a picture of the object, but then the background is blurred out. You want it like that. You want to be able to separate your intuition, which is the person, for example, because what? If you mix them, you won't be able to see clearly the truth of what's going on. So you want to separate the emotions from from the intuition. Your intuition should not be covered in any type of emotions or mixed in or blended in with both. See? So intuition, what does that represent again? In case anybody is still unsure or they just don't really know, the intuition is calm. See? So hearing from your intuition and your gut feeling is calm, it's peaceful, it's not loud, it's not distorted, it's not emotional. See, it's calm, it's quiet, and it's neutral. Now, your emotions, they represent and they show up loud, see, because energy is in motion, see? So if energy is in motion, that's music coming through the speakers, see? That's why you end up reacting to it. You either, or you either enjoy it or you like, man, turn that shit off. Because, that's the emotion coming behind it. Now, emotions are loud, they're urgent and overwhelming. See? Now, being a self-aware Pisces learns that when the intuition speaks, it doesn't rush. See? That's the difference. So a Pisces will ask themselves, is this annoying or a reaction? Remember I said the music gets pushed out of the speakers, see? So that's how you know that's emotions. That you're able to feel the energy because what? The reaction. Then you ask yourself, is this annoying? Is this annoying? Not annoying, but is this annoying or a reaction? See? And that's how you're able to know that you're self-aware. Now, when the intuition speaks, it doesn't rush, as I said. See, your intuition that is calm. It doesn't rush to let you know things. Now, one thing I could say is stop absorbing what isn't yours. See, because you can hijack a situation that, hey, you can make it worse than what it was supposed to be. So don't absorb what isn't yours. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Pisces naturally takes on what? Other people's moods. See? Guilt that isn't theirs. See? Guilt that isn't yours. Responsibility for other people's choices. See? So self-awareness begins when what? A Pisces asks what? Is this mine to carry? It's cold-blooded. See? Is it mine to carry? Oh, no, it's not yours, Pisces. Okay, well, discard it. It's not mine. See? Because if it's not yours, release it. Telling you, because that if you don't release it, it's going to you already know what it's going to do to you. Now, the next thing is, I said, notice when you disappear, okay? Pisces loses awareness when they numb out, daydream excessively. That's how you lose awareness. See, when you oversleep and when you overescape. See, when you overescape as a Piscean, that means that you start to what? You start to revert to music, substances, fantasy, or just scrolling through your phone. See, that's when you start to overescape. Now, awareness is what? Staying present even when it's uncomfortable. It's cold-blooded, see? It's non-wavering. Now, learn your escape triggers. See, what makes you bolt? And that word is kind of funny, but what makes you escape? What pushes you to say, man, I'm done, I'm out? Or hey, like SpongeBob, that little saying where it'd be like, I'ma head out, man, I'ma head out. What makes you just say, man, F this? Because you have to learn your escape triggers. What makes you want to go and escape? Because a Pisces escapes when boundaries are crossed. See, the truth hurts. Disappointment hits, or they just feel misunderstood. Now, knowing why you escape gives you power over it. That's the difference. It's cold-blooded. See, what I just said, when you are aware, you have power over it. See, when you know somebody is stealing your packages, you have power over it. Cold-blooded, man. See how I just put y'all up on game right there? Now, knowing why you escaped, gives you power over it. Now, use solitude intentionally. See, that's where your clarity comes from, Pisces. Pisces clarity comes what? When you are alone. See, not lonely, but alone. See, when you're just to yourself. Silence reveals what? True feelings. It reveals the hidden resentment, and it reveals unspoken boundaries. Okay, so if you're always surrounded by people or anything that could be considered a distraction, then that means that you are avoiding yourself. See, you have to spend time with yourself alone sometime. Now, track the resentment. Okay, now this is a big thing. This is huge now. You got to track resentment because Pisces often realizes things too late. See, now this is the thing. Now, you got to ask yourself regularly, what am I tolerating? What am I secretly upset about? Because resentment is what? A delayed awareness. You got to realize, Pisces, you Pisces out there, we all been guilty of it. But when you realize things too late, you're doing yourself a disservice. See, now it's because of that resentment. Now, another thing is you want to ground your body. Now, what this means is that Pisces lives in their mind and spirit. So self-awareness, what does it do? It increases when Pisces what? Exercises. When a Pisces touches water, taking a shower, getting in the tub, breathe deeply, breathes deeply, takes the deep breaths, eats intentionally. And the body, like I say, the body is the body anchors the intuition. That's why it's in your stomach. It's cold-blooded. See? Hey, I'm putting y'all I'm giving y'all gems right now. Another thing, set boundaries before exhaustion. See, self-aware Pisces what? Sets boundaries early, calmly, without explanations. You don't have to tell nobody why you locked the front door and why you locked the back door all of a sudden. You just did it. See? You did it calmly. You did it early. That's all that matters. Set boundaries. Now, if you're exhausted, then that means you waited too long. See? Another thing is that you gotta question your savior instincts. So ask yourself, am I helping because it's right or because I feel needed? See, that's the difference. Now, awareness to what? Helping without losing yourself. In other words, it's not a problem until you start losing yourself. It's okay to help people until you start losing yourself. You got to feel the difference. So that way, when you do things for people, that's how you gauge to see that, okay, yeah, I want to help people, but I have to make sure I'm not losing myself at the same time. That's just a healthy way to do it. Now, you have to face your shadow side gently, okay? Now, every Pisces has a shadow, okay? Now, the difference is your shadow, what does it include? Avoidance. See, when you don't want to talk to the man at the front desk because you just either you shy or you just want to avoid it altogether. Passive manipulation. That's what, that's what the shadow includes. The whole Marty Artem, trying to say, oh yeah, I'm the only one that actually, does this, or hey, walks people across the street, for example, and self-betrayal. See, awareness doesn't judge, it integrates. So that's how you're able to tell the difference. Now, you have to name your feelings as well. See, those unspoken emotions becomes what? Confusion for you, Pisces. See, so say it out loud. You have to name your feelings. Say it out loud. Say it in writing. Put it in writing. Not say it in writing, but put it in writing. Say it out loud in prayer or meditation. Because you could have some unspoken emotions within you, and hey, you don't even know that they're there. And it will cause confusion within you. So you want to make sure you name your feelings, because you need clarity. Clarity comes from expression. You have to express yourself, Pisces, even if you're uncomfortable. It's cold-blooded. Even if you are a spazzing out, snapping, express, you got to get it out. Do not hold it in, because it's going to mess up your intuition. I appreciate the gift, Noah. Also, like I say, clarity comes from expression. You have to trust your first quiet knowing. Trust your first quiet knowing, which comes from when you do that, that means that's your intuition. See, that's the first quiet knowing that you get regarding anything and everything. Pisces intuition is instant, but it's subtle though. So it don't miss. See, but you got to be paying attention. You have to be aware to even listen. You have to be aware in order to listen to your intuition. See, they go together. Because that's going to give you power over whatever your intuition is showing you. Because you are aware. I'm giving y'all gems right now. See, another thing is, if you overthink it, that's fear taking over. You don't overthink it. You're going to feel it. I'm telling you, your intuition is going to be instant and subtle. It's going to tell you something. Boom. Don't trust this person. Don't overthink it. Just be like, oh, okay. All right. I ain't trusting it. Leave it alone. Don't sit there and try to overthink it, try to figure it out, try to wrestle with it in your thoughts and trying to put your emotions on it. No. See, detach without disappearing. That's the difference. That's what Pisces does. Aquarius can't do that. See, a Pisces detach without disappearing. Because a self-aware Pisces learns that you can step back without vanishing. It's cold-blooded. I could say, hey man, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. That just means not detached. I didn't disappear though, because I'll be right back. You got to know how to do it, man. You got to know how to see. You got to know what you're doing, because distance is what? Distance is one thing to distance yourself, and then it's another thing to what? Abandon a situation. You see that? Now, another thing, align faith with reality. Okay? See, a Pisces believes deeply. So, awareness, what does that mean? That means faith plus discernment. It's cold-blooded, man. See? Because not everyone what? Deserves access to your heart. So you have to use faith and discernment. You have to know who to give your heart to. It's cold-blooded. See? Another thing is self-awareness. It doesn't harden Pisces, okay? It doesn't do Pisces a disservice or a disjustice. It protects the magic that Pisces has, okay? Because when Pisces is self-aware, your intuition sharpens. See? I'm telling you, I cannot, man, this is, oh my God, bro. If you listen, I'm telling you, once your intuition sharpens, man, you will be so cold, man. You will know things. People will be getting scared, man. People will be just terrified of you, man, because you will be on 10. You will be knowing things like crazy. Like, you will be saying stuff like, walking around just like me. You'll be saying people names, saying people names. You don't even know that was their name in the first place. You be like, damn, Nunu. Oh, snaps. You know, you might be like, somebody might say, hey man, I had a barbecue yesterday, and then you might be like, oh man, I hope it wasn't them rib tips. And then he might be like, yeah, you know it, man. How you knew that? How you knew I made rib tips? I sure did. So it's like, you gotta, like, when you start to, be self-aware, you get power over your intuition. What it shows you, it sharpens. And see, the energy, it stops leaking. That's what is more powerful, because there's no leaks. See? Also, the karma works faster. Remember I said instant karma when you actually use the intuition? Man. And you're self-aware? Instant karma. There's no long waits. See, peace becomes what? Permanent for you. Also, awareness is how Pisces stays soft without being destroyed. So you can still be yourself. Even if you soft like Charmin's tissue, you still won't get wiped up. You still won't get covered in mud or chocolate, whatever the stain may be. Just know you won't be destroyed. Now, next thing that I have is when it comes to the 9 core powers or superpowers of Pisces and how to use them together. So the intuition is your primary weapon. See? And what is it? Okay. For those that don't know what the intuition is, it's the instant knowing without logic. That's what it is. That's what it means. Now, how do you use it fully? I'm going to teach you how. You act on the first calm thought that you receive. See? Then the next thing you do is you stop asking others to confirm what you already know. That's how you use your intuition. And that's what it is. Now, what will happen if you overuse the intuition without grounding? It becomes anxiety. That's the difference. Okay. The next superpower that Pisces has is emotional intelligence. Okay. And this is connected to mind reading energy. See? And this is the feeling what others feel. See? It's cold-blooded. How to use it? You read the room, not the story. See, respond to energy, not words. Now, do not explain what you sense, okay? Just move accordingly. because sensing things means you don't know. Now, another superpower of Pisces is empathy. And that's healing plus the manipulation detection, okay? So that's the whole thing. That's why a lot of manipulators, they can't get up on you. They can't work it, work their magic on you. Now, what is it? Understanding pain at a soul level. See, now I'm gonna tell y'all how to use it. Healing without absorbing. See, empathy with boundaries, that equals power. See, empathy without boundaries, that equals self-destruction. See, because if you help others and then at the mercy of what? Losing yourself, without boundaries, there's no protection. So that's how you will end up hurting yourself. Now, the next superpower of Pisces is spiritual perception, okay? That's you being able to see behind masks. How to use it, or first, before how to use it, I'll tell you what it is, okay? What is it? It's Pisces being able to see motives, not actions. Now, how to use it is to watch consistency, okay? Consistently just be, able to watch the whole situation consistently, okay? Then notice who drains versus nourishes. See, that's how you're able to have the spiritual perception, being able to see seeing behind the mask. Now, a Pisces doesn't need proof. Time reveals everything. See? Now, another thing is adaptability, okay? Now, we call this shape-shifting. Now, a lot of people say, oh, Pisces, you all shape-shift a lot. But what we really do is we adapt, okay? So adaptability, now what is it? Adaptability is the ability to blend anywhere. It don't matter who we are around, what environment we are, we know how to adapt. Now, how to use this consciously is to adapt for survival, not approval. See? The next thing is never forget who you are while blending in with everybody. See? That's the thing, being able to still know who you are when you are blending in with everyone, just so you know. Now, the next superpower of Pisces is imagination, okay? And it's related to the reality creation. Now, what is it? It's being able to visualize futures before they exist. Now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. You use it by, you create, but you don't escape, okay? Now, the next thing is you turn fantasies into structure. So that means you will write about it and then you start planning it. Now, dreams must be what? Anchored to action. See? Because you could later find out through your dreams what to do. What to do next. In regards to what? Whatever your dream shows you or entails. Now, the next thing is silence, okay? The next superpower of Pisces is silence. And it's more related to power. See, silence is power. Now, the thing about it is this is considered the most dangerous power of Pisces. Now, what is this? This is withdrawing attention and access. How to use it? Say less. Stop talking. Don't say nothing. Observe more. See, let other people reveal themselves by you not saying nothing. See, so silence makes what? Manipulators panic. Now, the next superpower of Pisces is forgiveness. And this is relates. Okay, I can't talk. I'm freezing in this car, you guys, but let me drink some water. It's freezing out. Whew, it's cold, man. I'm freezing cold. Okay, so the next one is forgiveness. Like I say, this is in regards to a karmic reset. Okay, so what is it? It's the ability to release karma quickly. Now, remember, okay, so I just threw y'all, man, another gem at, man. Y'all don't know how many gems that I just gave y'all, but this is, man, I keep telling people there's power in forgiveness. Man, like, listen, when you forgive, what ends up happening is, I'm going to tell you, okay, let me finish what I was going to say first, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so what is it? Okay, the ability to release karma quickly, okay? Now, the next thing, how to use it correctly, is the fact that you forgive internally. It's cold-blooded. Why do you think you forgive internally when you forgive people? See? Now, because it protects your intuition. Now, the thing about it is, don't re-enter the same cycle. Cold-blooded. Because Pisces, you naturally end the cycle, so it don't repeat itself. So when you forgive, you're not re-entering the same cycle. So you're speeding up the process of what needs to happen in order for a new situation to arrive. So forgiveness, see, the difference is forgiveness and reaccess, see? So that's the thing. You forgive, hey, and it's a reaccess. Hey, you don't have to, the same cycle is not going to continue, see? So that means you can reaccess the situation, start something new. Many people don't give it a chance. That's why they don't get to that point, because they hold unforgiveness. See? Now, the next superpower of Pisces is detachment. Okay? What is this? Loving without being attached. See? I can love you, but I ain't got to be attached to you. See that? Superpower right there. Now, the thing about it is, how to activate this is through accepting what is, not what it could be. See? Also letting go without being bitter. Now, a detached Pisces is what? Spiritually protected. See? That's cold-blooded. Now you see that you're able to separate two things from each other. It's cold-blooded. And you're doing this calmly. See? Because you're fully aware, and that gives you power over it. To be able to even separate two things in the first place. See how powerful detachment is? It's cold-blooded. Now, how do you combine all of this? See, you could combine your powers, Pisces. It's not just having one Pisces and not the other. You could combine them all together. See, you could stack them. This is why I tell people, like, bro, you cannot even, going up against a Pisces is like the worst thing you could do. It's because, listen, most Pisces use one power at a time. But the elite Pisces, the elite Pisces stacks them, okay? Now, you can use intuition to read a situation. It's cold-blooded. You could use empathy to understand the motives of others. You could use silence without a reaction. See? And you could use adaptability, to exit or shift a situation. And you could use detachment to close the cycle. It's cold-blooded, man. It's almost like a Pisces is damn near like a mutant. If you really want to look at it, a mutant in the human flesh, come on, bro. Because listen, if you want to read a situation, you just gotta listen to your intuition. See, you just let the intuition do its thing, run its course. Empathy, if you want to understand somebody's motives, you use empathy. Man, this is cold-blooded because all you doing and you just doing your superpowers and you get answers. See? Because you're fully aware and it gives you power over it. Now, no drama, no revenge. You ain't got to do no explanation. You ain't got to do no explanation, no revenge, and no drama for this. See? Now, I'm going to tell you what blocks a Pisces powers. See? Overgiving. See, overgiving is a mistake. Don't do it. The next thing, wanting to be understood. Don't do it. Ignoring the first red flag. Don't do it. And then trying to stay for your potential. Don't do it. And escaping instead of confronting. Running from your issue, running from a problem or situation. Don't do it. Now, why? Because this is what leaks. When I said leaks earlier, you do not want your intuition to have holes in it. See? Because it won't be that strong. So doing these things I just mentioned, this is what blocks your Pisces. This is what blocks your powers, Pisces. So you do not want power to leak through unspoken boundaries. See? Because you need boundaries. You have to set boundaries. Because that's the only way you could protect yourself. See? And why? Do you think that it's to protect yourself from others? No, not only that, but it's something way worse. It's something way worse than protecting you from others. It's to protect you from self-destruction. It's cold-blooded. See? From destroying yourself. Now, there's an activation code that everybody must download. And I'm saying this spiritually, is that you must have an activation code that says, I observe with absorbing. See? When you absorb, I just gave y'all another gem. When you listen, you observe without absorbing. You don't have to absorb everything all the time. See? You could preserve that. But observing, if you are fully aware, there's no need to absorb. It's cold-blooded. Now, feeling without drowning. Saying I feel without drowning is cold-blooded. I could feel everything going around. I could feel everything in my environment, right? But I'm not drowning in it. It's cold-blooded. See? That's man, power and awareness. Now, and then here's another one. I know without what? Proving things. Whoo! I just know because I know, and I ain't got to prove it. I just know. That's the activation codes right there for Pisces. Hey, for your superpowers, for your boundaries to be set. See? Those are the things that I mentioned. That's how you set your boundaries. Now, when a Pisces uses it all together, guess what's going to happen? Manifestations. Enemies expose themselves. You disarm them when I'm telling you, awareness, man, listen. You disarm your enemies. Your enemies expose themselves. Karma speeds up. Peace becomes permanent, and life stops repeating those irritating lessons. See? Now in the next live, I'm going to talk about the final form of Pisces. See, like, people don't understand, like, listen, I'm going to do videos on other signs too. I haven't forgot about y'all. But it's so much content that I got caked up with just about Pisces in general, man. I'm talking about, I was going to name my channel Pisces Universe, but I'm like, look, I'm going to just talk about all the signs and keep real, recognize real. But I'm saying, like, I have so much content just stacked up. I could talk about Pisces every damn day, all day, every day. That's just how much content I got about all the signs, to be exact. But I got a lot of stuff on each sign, like everything. But here, when we're gonna talk about the final form of Pisces. Now let me see. Oh, I ain't even done. I got some bonus content for you. Okay, so when it comes to okay, when it comes to betrayals, okay, with these patterns. Now, when people was asking me like, oh, what sign would betray a Pisces, the most? So I'm gonna tell you now, it's Gemini. Okay, Gemini is the most common sign that will betray Pisces. Not because it's a Gemini, not because they're evil, not because they're twins and all that, but because their nature clashes directly with Pisces' emotional wiring. See? Now, why? It's because Geminis, they hurt Pisces the most because they change their mind fast. See? So you can't, because they change their mind fast, it doesn't give you time enough to trust them. So it's almost like as soon as you make plans with a Gemini, they just might flake on you. They might just, not show up all of a sudden. See? Now, the next thing is the fact that Pisces bonds emotionally and spiritually. So we have a thing when it comes to merging with the soul, and Gemini detaches mentally. See? So that's a problem for Pisces. Now, the next thing is that Pisces reads meaning into everything. See? So Gemini switches up. Gemini disappears emotionally. Gemini contradicts past words. Also, Gemini minimizes feelings. See? So the Pisces experiences it as betrayal. See? I'm going to tell you a secret. Even if Gemini sees it as just moving on. See? Because that's how a Gemini could be immature in such a way where they'll say, oh, I just moved on from that Pisces, to escape the whole accountability. But Pisces experience it as betrayal. So there you have it. Now, why is this? Because this is the most frequent Pisces betrayal. And this is oftentimes how the story starts. Is that, oh, the Gemini switched up, Oh, we were cool, and then all of a sudden the Gemini switched. Now, the next one that you gotta watch out for is Scorpio. Now, I'm gonna tell you why. Because of the deepest. Now, I'm gonna tell you, this is the most damaging betrayals of all. Okay, Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, they don't betray Pisces often, but when they do, it cuts the deepest. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. See, Scorpio betrayal, it devastates Pisces, okay? Because it's intense. It's it uses the bonding intensely as well. The shared secrets between the two of you. And then the fact that they are also emotionally psychic at the same time. So when Scorpio feels threatened or they feel jealous or exposed, they may just withhold the truth and just start lying to Pisces. Or they may start manipulating Pisces emotionally. Or they might flip the loyalty into control. See? So Pisces just feels this on a whole soulful level, and it feels like a treachery, okay? It feels like treachery, not just a whole disappointment situation. Now, just know that it's less frequent than a Gemini, okay? But far more traumatic. See? Now, Capricorn is the next one. Now, oftentimes Capricorn betrayal, it isn't emotional, but it's more practical, and it's considered a cold betrayal. See, why is that? Because a Capricorn, they may choose their ambitions or their jobs over the relationship. A lot of times they like to, get with a stay-at-home mom or, A woman that doesn't work, she does work around the house. Um, they also a Capricorn may, detach without explanation. You know, they may not oftentimes include their wife or their girlfriend along with, in the things that they do from the day to day, especially regarding their ambitions. Now, another thing, Capricorn, they may rationalize, and that can hurt Pisces as necessary, okay? Because a lot of times it's just the way that they express themselves. Now, another thing is that Pisces experiences that they may experience a situation with a Capricorn. They may feel like, oh, I thought that I mattered to you, more than that. And all of a sudden that remember when with Capricorn, the whole motto is I use. So a lot of times you got to be very careful with that swift. It's like a double-edged sword. It's like a double-minded person. So you got to be careful because you just might find out how much you matter to a Capricorn as a Pisces when when you really need them, they're not there. Okay. Now, the next one is Aquarius. And the reason why is the emotional abandonment. Okay. Aquarius, like I say, they rarely intend to betray a Pisces, but when they do, it's considered like, emotional disengagement. It's like they won't be there with far as when your emotions show up, they won't be there. They'll be absent. Like almost as if how you feel and what you think, it like it doesn't matter. And it's like you will feel some sort of intellectual pain. Like you won't feel understood. They can just detach suddenly without just unpredictable. They can just detach suddenly without any type of like reason why. So to Pisces, that could feel like, oh, you disappeared when I needed you. See, so you got to really pay attention to that because Pisces can feel betrayed because of the whole, the project depth of the situation. They could feel like, oh, they assume that there was a shared emotional language between the two of you, or they may see the whole potential instead of the, reality of the situation. So sometimes the betrayal, it isn't malicious, but it's a misalignment. So there could be, incompatibility issues there. Now, why Pisces attract betrayal in the first place, is because you're ruled by the 12th house. And a lot of times you attract people that have hidden motives, and it will work, the whole subconscious behavior within yourself. Also, you have to beware and watch out for blind spots, Pisces. And also, though, you may experience the karmic lessons behind it. See, the next thing, Pisces learns discernment through betrayals. See, of what to do from what not to do. Now, when it comes to the ranking of the experiences that Pisces may feel from the signs that I mentioned, and like I say, the most frequently felt betrayal is from Geminis. Yes, the most painful betrayals come from Scorpio. The most confusing betrayals come from Aquarius. And the most disappointing betrayals come from Capricorn. See, that's the best way to sum it up in a nutshell. Now, the real power move for Pisces is to believe the patterns, not promises. And when Pisces does that, that's when the betrayals stop. See, they stop repeating themselves. So if you want, like I say, I'll go into a different videos about, breaking it down for we can talk about, Pisces in love and friendships and, why, Pisces forgives, betrayal to, maybe easily or not. I can get into different titles if y'all want and do videos about those regarding like, compatibilities or whatnot. Now, here's the thing. When we look at the sign that's the most jealous, as I said, I was going to talk about in the live with Scorpio. The sign that is the most jealous of Pisces consistently, energetically, and subconsciously is Scorpio. Oh, that dirty man, that dog, that dirty dog. See, now Scorpio is not always open. This is the problem. See, you got to understand that they will withhold the truth. They will keep the truth away from you. That's, man. See, they like to bury secrets. See, where Pisces knows secrets, but Scorpio likes to hide secrets. See, withhold them. Now, thing about it is, Scorpios are not always open, not always intentional. That's another problem. But the jealousy runs deep. See, why is Scorpio the most jealous of Pisces? I'm going to tell you why. Because Pisces has what Scorpio wants but can't have it, okay? They can't fake it. They can't fake it. And the thing that they can't fake is the natural emotional depth that Pisces has, the effortless intuition, the spiritual magnetism, and the whole soft power without control. That's cold-blooded. The Pisces can appear soft and be in control at the same time. Now, Scorpio works for power. That's the difference. Pisces radiates it. It's cold-blooded. Now you see the dynamic. Now you see why Scorpios are attracted to Pisces and not the other way around. It's because you radiate power. And you do this quietly and silently. That's why Scorpios are attracted to it. See? Because they work for the power that you provide. Now, the thing about it is that creates the comparison between the two of you. Now, Pisces doesn't need dominance. This is the secret. Pisces doesn't need dominance. Scorpio thrives on it, though. See? Scorpio also thrives on control, loyalty tests, power dynamics. And see, a Pisces can walk away emotionally without fighting. See, that's the difference. And also, that terrifies Scorpio because it's power without confrontation. It's cold-blooded, see? Now, Pisces is love without trying. See, Pisces don't even be trying to do nothing. See, people open up to Pisces easily and trust them instinctively because they feel safe around us, see? But here's the thing, Scorpio notices that. This is cold-blooded because this is the thing. Scorpio is always watching and observing, see? Sneaky. Scorpio notices Pisces' power, what I just explained. And see, Scorpio also notices that why do people choose you, Pisces, without you even demanding it? See? And the jealousy comes in because jealousy doesn't always look like hate. It's cold-blooded, see? And sometimes it looks like overprotectiveness. Remember I said, you would think that the Scorpio is your big brother that tries to prevent you from, getting yourself into shit. Now you know why, see? It's because Scorpio don't want you, they don't want you getting the power. They don't want you running the shit, Pisces. That's why a Scorpio is like, hey, man, I got your back, man. I'm going to make sure, nobody bothers you. Nobody comes by you. Because they don't want you to have the power. They're jealous of it. See? Now, here's the thing. It looks like overprotectiveness, and it looks like, oh, they're testing you or probing. Man, it's cold-blooded. See? Pisces sees through Scorpio. This is why Scorpio cannot manipulate Pisces. Hey, I'm giving y'all gems right now. Pisces sees through Scorpio. See, Scorpios hate being read. See, Pisces senses hidden motives with Scorpio. Pisces senses emotional shifts. See? Pisces also senses unspoken resentment. See, so Scorpio feels exposed automatically around Pisces. And that exposure, it breeds jealousy. See? Now, Pisces can forgive and move on. Scorpios hold grudges. Pisces releases and transcends. That's why Pisces that's why Pisces is more powerful. Because there is no grudge. Whereas there's forgiveness, there's the ending of the cycle. There's the instant karma. Come on, man. And then that's when, Pisces is able to let that cycle close and end. See, the thing about it is Scorpio holds the grudge, as I mentioned. Pisces releases and transcends. But here's the thing. Scorpio watches Pisces heal faster. See? That's cold-blooded, and that's what triggers them. Scorpio is stuck. See, listen. Scorpio is stuck in the dark, okay? They're stuck in the depths. They can't get out. So when you're stuck, that means you can't let go, right? When you're stuck in the dark, that means you can't let go of the darkness, right? So how can you get right if you don't even want to get to the light? See? When you're more comfortable being in a dark place, in a low vibration. See? Now wait a minute. I just threw another gem at y'all. If you in the dark, Scorpio, and you don't want to see the light, so how the hell does a Pisces see you in the dark? It's what you can't see. Pisces sees Scorpio because why? The subconscious. The subconscious exposes hidden motives, secrecy. Come on now. The very things that you can't see. Jealousy, manipulation. Come on, bro. That's the thing. So Pisces sees Scorpio all day long. And Scorpio don't even realize it. See? Because they can't separate it. They can't separate two things at one time because they can't let go of one thing in one time. So here's the thing. Another thing, when they watch Pisces heal faster, they are triggered. Triggered by what? Envy. Triggered by control attempts. Triggered by emotional retaliation. See? How does the jealousy of a Scorpio show up towards a Pisces? Testing the loyalty, withholding affection, emotional manipulation, silent competition, protective behavior that feels controlling. See? Needing reassurance constantly. Anytime you're around a Scorpio, you as a Pisces will always feel like saving them, okay? Getting them out of a rut where they're stuck, right? Let me tell you a secret. That's the illusion. See? It's cold-blooded. You Pisces, you have to set the boundary when you're dealing with Scorpio. See? Is that, hey man, I see you going through a tough time there, buddy. But guess what? I'm not going to lose myself in order of saving your ass. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to speed the karma up and I'm going to end your cycle right now. See? Because, yeah, maybe you should transform. Maybe you should transcend. See? Because your way is not working. That'll be the best way to handle a Scorpio. Do not let them manipulate you emotionally. See, Pisces? Because they'll act like they're what? Helpless. They'll act like they're, oh, I'm stuck. Pisces, come save me. Help me, man. I'm stuck. And it's fake. See? They just want to control you while you are powerful. See? They feed off the power that you have, Pisces, because you radiate it. Never forget that. Now, here's the thing. It's not because a Scorpio is malicious. It's because they are intense. See? Now, other signs that can be jealous of Pisces in different ways, Gemini. Gemini, hey, it's a little different. They become jealous socially. See? Where the Pisces depth of things, Gemini, hey, their charm can be long term, okay? So another thing is like they could become jealous of Pisces because the Pisces may have a lot of different people that like to, socialize with them. Or people just they feel comfortable talking to Pisces about things. Now, the thing about it, Leo could be jealous of Pisces because the attention that Pisces gets, see? Capricorn could be jealous of Pisces because of the inner freedom that Pisces has. See? And that's intentional for a Pisces just to want to be alone or free. But that can make that, hey, Capricorn would get jealous of that inner freedom that Pisces has, because why? Pisces follows intuition. Capricorn suppresses emotions. See? So just a little reality check to throw out there. Not every Scorpio is jealous. I put a disclaimer out in this live video. I'm not saying every Scorpio, every this, every that. Not every Scorpio is jealous of Pisces. Not every Pisces is envied. Jealousy activates when Pisces is authentic. When you are being your true self. See? Also, jealousy activates when Pisces is unbothered. Also, jealousy activates when Pisces is emotionally free. See? So, just know that the truth of Pisces is that, hey, your softness triggers insecurity in people who survive through control. See? The people that are, hey, the people that are ultimately affected are the ones that are controllers. See? So Pisces doesn't steal powers. Pisces reveals who never had it. See, that's cold-blooded. Now, another thing is so now we gotta discuss a big, huge situation, okay? And I'm gonna tell you, we got this thing called rose-colored glasses, okay? Pisces wears rose-colored glasses. I'm gonna tell you how to remove them. See? Now, believe in potential over behavior, okay? That can be considered a trap. See? The trap is that you, Pisces, you may think that, oh, I see that they may be, I see them changing. I see that person that, oh, they'll change. And then all of a sudden, you may think you could fix the situation at the same time by judging by the patterns, not promises. You see that? So you got to take the rose-colored glasses off, because you can't change the situation. See? Now, another thing is the excusing red flags as traumas. See? No, red flags are not traumas. Red flags are red flags. So the trap here is that, oh, this person is hurting. Oh, I better go and fix them. And hey, pain, pain explains behavior. It doesn't excuse it. See? So you got to know, like, you can't make excuses for things that are already as they are. You can't add to it. Now, the next thing is romanticizing inconsistency, okay? So let's say that for the trap here would be the fact that you confuse the chaos with passion. See? Now, the whole fix now behind this would be stability is the real romance here, okay? So that I'm just telling you guys how to take them. Once the rose-colored glasses show you something that is not there, see? Because it's a trap. The rose-colored glasses, they actually work against your intuition. See? Because you're trying to go by what you see. Remember I said it's what you can't see. See? So when you got the rose-colored glasses on, that's why a lot of people don't listen to their intuition, because they're looking at their eyes. They're looking at what they see with their natural eyes. And I'm telling you how to remove them. Now, the next thing is assuming shared depth. See? The trap here is that you may feel that, oh, you may feel that this person feels, as deeply as I do. It's a trap, man. See, you can't assume that a person is feeling some type of way just because, thinking they just like you. And see, the fix is you got to ask questions, man. You got to observe emotional capacity. See? When you ask those questions, then you could actually see just how emotional a person really is deeply. Now, the next thing is over spiritualizing connections. So the trap here is that, oh, calling somebody saying, oh, this is my karmic twin. Oh, yeah, so that means that we are twin flames. So in order to fix this, you guys, and take those rose-colored glasses off, karma doesn't mean that a situation is safe. See? That's the thing. Karma doesn't mean that a situation is safe or a person is safe. Now, another thing is ignoring your intuition the first time. This is a big one. See, the trap here is that, oh, I need proof. Oh, I need, beyond the gut feeling, I need proof. Hey, in order to fix this, your first quiet knowing is enough, okay? That's how you take the rose-colored glasses off. Now, the next one is projecting goodness. See, the trap here is that, oh, seeing like, oh, what it could be. Oh, what it could be like. We could possibly be friends. We possibly could be in a relationship. The fix here is to see who they choose to be first, okay? That's how you take the glasses off. Now, the next one I have is mistaking empathy for compatibility. Just because you empathizing with a person does not mean that you guys are compatible. See, the trap here is like, oh, I understand them. They understand me. No. See, take the rose-colored glasses off. Hey, in the fix the situation, understanding will what? Require alignment. See, that's how you align when you understand each other. Now, the next one is stand because of the history that you guys have. See, that's the trap here is that, oh, we've been through so much though. Hey, we've been together since we was kids. See, no, to take the rose-colored glasses off, you gotta, and to fix the situation is that history doesn't guarantee a future. See, now the next one I have is confusing silence for peace. And see, the trap here is avoiding conflict to what? Keep harmony. Now to fix this, you have to know that peace requires what? Honesty. See, that's the only way. Now, the next one is over forgiving too fast. See, the trap here is healing before accountability. See, and to take the rose-colored glasses off and to fix the situation, you have to forgive internally. Remember I said internally, but change access. See, you change the access. So it's like, oh, I forgive you, but hey, we're not getting back together, And you got to change the access. No re-access, but I forgive you. Now, the next one is seeing themselves as the healer. See, the trap here is that feeling responsible for other people's growth and their life. And see, the fix here is that in taking the rose-colored glasses off is knowing that healing is self-chosen. It's a choice that one makes for themselves. Now, the next one is trusting words over actions. And see, the trap here is being moved by what? Poetic talk. See, about what other people say and hey, what you should do and whatnot. And how to fix this is that of knowing of consistency over charm, okay? Because a person can charm you and hey, their words can sound like, oh, they're trustworthy and hey, it not even be that. You got to you have to look at the actions. Now, the next one is avoiding reality checks. And see, the trap here is not asking friends for perspectives, see, or for a perspective. Now, to fix this and take them glasses off, the rose-colored ones, you have to trust, go with trusted outsiders to ground you, okay? Now, a lot of times people will go to friends first thinking, oh, the friends have all the answers, but no, you don't want to ask friends for perspective because they can lie to you. So you have to go through other, outsiders. Now, because outside people that don't have nothing to do with the situation, they will ground you. Trust that. Now, the next thing is confusing emotional intensity for love. See, the trap here is high highs and low lows, okay? Within thinking that that's love. Take the rose-colored glasses off, and how to fix it is, hey, love feels safe, not draining. See, that's the difference. Now, the next one, minimizing your own needs. And the trap here is, oh, I don't need much. I don't require much. I'm not a person that asks for much in a relationship, for example. No, that's a trap. See, in order to fix that, take the rose-colored glasses off. Hey, needs ignored. Hey, if a person, if a person needs get ignored, it becomes resentment, okay? Now, Another thing is giving unlimited chances. This is a big one. See, the trap here is believing patience over virtue, okay? Thinking that, oh, that if I believe in patience, that automatically is going to give me virtue. See, and that's a trap. So how to fix this and take the rose-colored glasses off, you have to know that boundaries are compassion for yourself. See, that's how you protect yourself, is through boundaries for yourself, okay? Now, the next one I have is escaping instead of confronting. See, the trap here is daydreaming instead of addressing issues. And see, how to take the rose-colored glasses off regarding this is to ground your intuition into actions. See, now the next one I have is let me see, hold on. The next one I have is believing loyalty will be returned. See, and you remember I made a video about the fact that loyalty isn't free. Now, the trap here is that, oh, I never do that to them. Oh, you know, that's my homie, or hey, that's my loved one, or whoever it is. Now, to fix this and take the rose-colored glasses off is realizing that other people do not love like Pisces. See, that's what you got to remember. Now, the next one is waiting for closure. See, you don't wait for anything. Now, the trap here is hoping for understanding, thinking that other people will understand you and you're waiting for them to tell you so. No. Take the rose-colored glasses off. You have to realize that closure comes from clarity, see, not explanations. Now, the truth here for Pisces is, like I say, rose-colored glasses don't make Pisces weak. Never forget it. They make Pisces open. See, they make you vulnerable. It's cold-blooded. See, now, the lesson isn't to harden, to make you, oh, I'm tough, and then, no, that's not what it's for. It's to pair intuition with boundaries. See, now, how you would do this is that you would say to yourself, I could see the good in others without ignoring the truth. See, you cannot ignore the truth, because then that will make you delusional. See, now, that's when Pisces becomes untouchable at that point. Because if you try to hide the truth, that's going to make you delusional. Because remember, anytime a Pisces doesn't want to face the truth, or just, accept it for what it really is about, and they're trying to go around it, they are making themselves delusional on purpose. But you got to understand that when it comes to protecting yourself, Pisces, oftentimes is really not really from others, because hey, you got to watch out for self-destruction. See, you do the right thing, and hey, see the good, hey, without ignoring the truth, that's for your protection. See, boundaries protect your intuition. See, now when it comes to heartbreak and pain, like I say, how Pisces learns the lesson after heartbreak is Pisces doesn't learn through logic, okay? It learns through the emotional contrasting of things. Now, how does it happen? You may feel betrayed by somebody or a situation, and the next thing you would do is reflect deeply, replay those patterns back, and then all of a sudden, that's when you awaken, see? And a lot of times the pain becomes a memory. See, it becomes a memory imprint so strong that you never ignore it again. So that way you learn from the pain that you experience. So it's almost like you alchemize it and turn it into a memory imprint, see, that could later be used by you or someone else. See, now the lesson is that whatever hurts you, it wasn't love. See, it was your lack of boundaries. Cold-blooded. Just threw another gem at y'all. See, you get hurt. Now do you see? You should be able to understand yourself better now, Pisces. You get hurt because the lack of boundaries. Every time you hurt, It's not that see, look, you're much more powerful to let someone else hurt you. You hurt yourself way worse than what someone else can do. And I'm telling you, if you do not set boundaries, you will be heartbroken. I'm gonna tell you, when you help people and you lose yourself, only to find out that they never gave a damn about you. Yeah, they took that coat because they were cold. Yeah, they took that ride because you gave it. But at the end of the day, when you find out they don't give a damn about you, this is what I'm talking about. Lack of boundaries. See, the lack of boundaries is what hurts a Pisces. It's almost like self-destruction. You have to love yourself first. See, you don't overgive what you want to overgive yourself. See, you get punished for not treating yourself better. It's cold-blooded. So when it comes to the awakened Pisces, see, the awakened Pisces doesn't repeat the same heartbreak twice. It's cold-blooded. See, the awakened Pisces is out there in the field, schooling and helping others build boundaries and set them properly and correctly. See, now, why does Pisces attract the wounded people in the first place? Because Pisces unconsciously broadcast safety, non-judgment, emotional understanding, and forgiveness. See, that's cold-blooded. That's another gem. You attract the very people that need your story, man. You attract the same people that need your boundaries. It's cold-blooded. It's like they come limping to you. Pisces, hey, man, I don't know why I'm here, but I was sitting here. All of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute. Maybe I got I got a story for you. And hey, that painful story for you, Pisces, is somebody else's treasure. See? It's somebody's way out. It's somebody else's, Hennessy bottle cup, or however they use it, however they see it, as long as they get healing behind it, the very thing you went through is for somebody else to get healed. See? That's why I said, the wounded, and I'm gonna tell you, the wounded people, they feel, oh, I can be broken here and still be accepted by this Pisces. See, I can have one eye and still talk to this Pisces and not be judged, and still feel like I got two of them. See, why do you think a person with one eye would feel like they got two eyes when they talking to that Pisces? See, it's because of the healing power. See, I believe it's contagious. See, it's bigger than the aura. See, people don't understand that if you can heal, man, you are powerful. Forgiveness is power. See, and on top of that, the problem is many come to rest, not to grow. That's cold-blooded. That's a gem right there. Many people come to rest, not to grow. That means that they want to come and chill with you. They want to come and kick it with you and spend the night and rest. A lot of them don't even want to grow, man. That's the sad part. See? But the fix is that Pisces must ask, are they healing or hiding? See? Now, the signs that your intuition is being overridden by your emotions. I go all day with this shit, man. That's why I say, like, bro, I've been talking to y'all for like 10 hours about all this good stuff, bro. But here's the thing. Signs your intuition is being overridden by your emotions is And this is critical, and I'm saying this because I really want to help Pisces. You explain the red flags instead of responding to them. See how you can respond too late? That slight delay of waiting too long? Why are you explaining the red flags when you should be responding to them? It's cold-blooded. The next one I have, you feel anxious instead of calm. Why are you anxious? See? The next one, you're waiting for clarity instead of acting on the situation. The next one, you feel drained, but then you end up staying anyway. See, you feel hopeful instead of secure. See, and then here's the thing. Always remember that intuition is calm, emotion is urgent. It's cold-blooded, see? See, when you know how everything communicates, then you begin to understand it better. See, it's like, oh, I didn't know that the intuition is calm. I didn't know that the emotion was urgent. See, you got to know that, see, because if it feels rushed, confusing, or heavy, it's emotion, not intuition. Intuition doesn't feel overwhelming. See, that's the difference. Now, how to stay soft without being fooled by others. How do you keep your composure? Not saying soft like you soft. I'm saying soft like how to be yourself without being fooled by other people. So some people think they have to put on a facade. See, now this is the mastery of Pisces right here at this level. You see how it's different levels to this? You know what I'm saying? It's like every level is different. This Pisces mastery level of staying yourself without being fooled, you have to do this. You have to believe patterns, not apologizes. Not apologies. See? You have to watch consistency, not intensities of a situation. You also have to set boundaries silently. See? You also have to pull back without explaining things. You also have to let people reveal themselves over time, see, and not rush it. Next thing, what you need to stop doing is stop over-explaining, stop over-giving, stop over-forgiving, and stop over-hoping, see? Because it's okay to be soft, but accessible, see? It's like you don't want to overdo it, in other words. See, now here's the thing. The biggest trap for Pisces that a Pisces oftentimes fall into, and I'm going to tell you how to break it, okay? The biggest trap for Pisces is trying to see the good in others. Don't do this, please, Pisces. Do not do this. Oh, man, I see what it could have been. I see what it would have been. You trying to look and see the good in somebody else. That's the trap right there. But the truth is potential is a fantasy. See, it's not acted upon, though. That's the difference. See, now the break behind it is that fact that you have to ask yourself one question, Pisces. Who are they choosing to be today? It's cold-blooded. See, you have to ask questions that actually what? Reinforce the boundaries. So that questions will save Pisces for years. Who is this person choosing to be today? You're not adding any fantasy, and you're not adding any type of, what it could be, what it would be. No, you're saying who is this person choosing to be today? That Pisces will save you for years and years to come. See? Because when a Pisces, I'm going to tell you what changes when a Pisces finally gets it. See, once you become awakened Pisces, manipulators, they disappear. You can't even find them anymore. You like, wait a minute, where's Joey? He's always trying to sell me nothing for something. Where is he at now? He's gone. See, another thing is karmic cycles, they stop. Where the toilet is always getting clogged up and you don't know which family member is putting too much toilet paper in there, all of a sudden the karmic cycles, they just stop, dude. Now, the thing about it is the energy returns. You start feeling motivated. you start feeling like, hey, your hands start feeling kind of, you feel the little shocks again. Like, you know, when something is shocking your hand, it's like, what? Touch some covers or something, hand starts shocking, you feel that energy again. You also feel alive. See, you feel alive, and you feel as though you're living life instead of existing. Another thing is your intuition sharpens. The next thing, love becomes peaceful. See, now Pisces stops attracting that chaos and starts attracting alignment. See, now another thing for y'all is that always remember this, is that you can love deeply and see clearly. See, love deeply and see clearly. And I'm going to tell you, the romantic Pisces, now this is the difference between the Pisces that, hey, the romantic Pisces repeats lessons. The awakened Pisces ends the cycles. See, so that's the thing, because when you look at it, when you love deeply, that's what happens. You end up repeating these lessons over and over because you're being the romantic Pisces. But when you're being awakened, this is when you end the cycles. See, so that situation no longer repeats itself. That lesson no longer comes. Now, the next thing is that I'm gonna talk about tomorrow will be why Pisces always wakes up after everybody else. Okay. You the last one to, hey, you the last one on the wheel, and then you the last one to wake up after everybody else then got up. See, I'm gonna talk about too, like when you should the exact moment when you should walk away from a situation. And I'm gonna talk about some other things too. And in the comment, hey, if y'all want me to talk about a particular thing you want to know, you know, drop the comment, let me know. Don't forget to smash the like button. And I want to thank everybody for coming out. Love y'all. And thanks, Misty, for being a moderator. I appreciate that. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.